tasted great.
Yeah, that was the end.
So
of
you
it.
ate the permit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we did. Did we? No, we didn't.
What?
Oh, we
Did you
thought
eat the
about it.
permit?
No, actually, no, we
No,
didn't
we had
because
yellow eye.
that night we ended up bringing the yellow eye. That's what that was.
You did what?
There was a miscommunication between the group, so the permit actually is still on ice. So
The permit's still on.
I should say it's gonna be delicious. There you go.
Okay.
That's
Where
the end
was
of the
this? Where did you spear this thing?
story. This was in Bimini, north in the Gingerbreads.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So you guys just got back from there.
yeah, last night.
Oh,
Right-
really?
Yeah, right before all that big lightning storm. Yep.
Oh my God, that storm that blew through yesterday
we came
was
in
insane.
30 minutes before that.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just in time.
Dude, that thing was. I walked
Yeah.
out to come to work today, and there was like so many like palms and twigs and all over my lawn.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got to be kidding me!
We were
Yeah.
finishing up, and it was literally like there was lightning everywhere. It was great.
Wow.
Yeah.
While you're here, you're alive,
Yeah.
We're great.
right?
Yeah.
So,
That's all that matters.
yeah. Well, and you got a permit on ice. That
Yeah.
matters
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Right.
permit and some good
So-
fish.
All right, cool. Well, I'm going to officially welcome you guys to the podcast.
Thank you.
Some of you are not a stranger to the podcast. One of you is. Well, you're
Yeah.
not really a stranger to the podcast. You
No,
just
it's-
never threw your helmet on,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
So here you are.
I'm happy to be
All
here.
right, so we'll introduce you first. Dr. Carl Treyz is here with
Awesome.
us right
Yep.
today, and returning champion Chiefy. Right.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on again. You're like a regular on the show now. We're gonna have to
Nah.
put your name on the chair. Right.
I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun,
It's
right?
a lot of fun. I enjoy talking, obviously, and I like talking and telling stories.
Yes.
That's kind of what I do.
Yep.
So this is perfect. Thank you. Thank
Nice.
you for inviting us.
Yep.
Yeah. First time with Dr. Carl.
Yeah.
First time with Dr. Carl,
Yeah.
and certainly not last, not least kind of thing, right? So Carlene is not here with us today. She is with her family at her property up in North Carolina, and this one has so graciously decided to join us once again.
Mm-hmm.
The wonderful, the lovely, the great, the talented, the master diver, the shark
Wow. Just keep going.
challenger,
Yeah.
Keep it coming.
the
What else?
master slayer, the lobster slayer, right? I mean,
Yep.
keep
Yeah.
going.
There we go.
Jackie Sabins,
Thank you.
welcome
Thanks for
once
letting me come
again.
back.
You were on our last episode. You did such a great job. We wanted to have you back on.
Wonderful.
So we appreciate you. Appreciate you coming back. So, we are Connected by Water, right? The podcast that is presented by Papa's Pilar Rum, our good friends that remind you never to be a spectator, and also our good friends at Joey Cardi Chrysler Jeep Ram. We'd also like to thank our other sponsors, the W Sauce, right? Which they are just basically the magic cooking sauce. Don't call it a barbecue sauce. Don't call it a Worcester sauce. It is just the magic sauce, and it really is really, really great. Our good friends over at Finora Sunglasses, our pals at Olakai, who give us a lot of love, and of course, Starbright Solutions, and such great products from Starbright. We'll hear in a minute about our do-gooder of the week. We are a Waypoint podcast, and you can also find us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcast, or if you're so inclined, head over to connectedbywater.com and click that podcast tab and view every single one of our 158 previous podcast episodes. This is certainly episode 159, and I welcome you guys to talk mostly, not all, but mostly about a lot of people's favorite time of year, lobster season, right? So it's got mini season coming up here, and you guys are really, in my minds, like you're my lobster guys, right? So we're going to talk all about that today. We're going to talk about your lobster snare, and we're going to talk about Bug Fest and all kinds of really, really cool things. So if you're listening or watching at home, we got a fun show planned for you. Stick around, hang out.
Everybody loves lobster. Everyone.
You're not wrong.
Everyone.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Tell me about lobster, Chiefy. Tell me all about your love for lobster.
we have-
the
we have
author
it.
of Catching the Bug.
Here it is.
Yes.
Both editions.
There we go.
So you're. I mean, I don't want to say somewhat of an authority on it. You are absolutely an authority on the matter. So
I just wrote a book.
no, that's
Two
not all you
books.
just
Two
did. That's not all you
Two
just
bucks.
did. How did all this get started for you? I know we talked about all these different things, but when did you really like embrace the whole lobster life, and when did you really know that this is something that I'm just on?
I've always wanted to. When I started diving, which was actually, we called it skin diving. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, it was before free diving.
Oh yeah.
Okay, skin diving, mass snorkel fins. I was in the Bahamas. I shot my very first hogfish in the Bahamas using a Hawaiian sling, and the guys would go down and grab lobster, and I said, oh, this is what I want to do. So got certified. I threw a scuba tank on my back, and of course in the United States we can harvest on scuba. In the Bahamas you cannot.
Right.
So that's the biggest difference. Over in the Bahamas they are allowed to spear their lobster. And I just has always thought, what better way to essentially provide for your family fresh lobster and fish by being an underwater hunter. And that's actually how I wrote my books. We'd have the family over on Sunday night. I'd explain to them what we did. That was the story time on Sunday. And then I started writing those stories down, and that became how the books got written.
Yeah.
That was it. Those are stories. And essentially, the Catching the Bug is divided into 3 sections. Find a lobster, catch the lobster, eat the lobster. And so I take the stories, and those become chapters that fall into those general categories. So it's very simple, very easy to read. Catching the Spirit, my other book about spearfishing, covers everything from freediving to what I call the ABCs of spearfishing, just different things like fish recognition, regulation, see the fish, shoot the fish. Very simple stuff, but it covers everything about underwater hunting, both of those books. So, I don't know, 35 years, 40 years, a long time I've been doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun.
So we say I remember after last time that we had you on, this is kind of following through with what we said we were going to do. Right? That we want to do this lobster episode every year at the beginning of mini season, and just kind of, bring fresh new eyes to it, and just say, okay, hey, this is the season. We want to talk about do's and don'ts, and maybe we'll talk about some of the things that annoy us, or or some of the things that some people do that are just like, okay, let's get that out there. Then we'll talk about maybe some safety things. I know there was one thing in here in the questions. So I want to ask this one question actually that I have, and it's from Sam White, who is the editor-in-chief over there at Marlin Magazine.
Okay,
I know Sam.
Good friend of mine. I've known him a long time. And he really was asking, how bad is the shark problem for lobster divers?
It's really not too big of an issue. If you're just lobstering,
right.
You're not, spearfishing as well. They don't bother you.
Yeah. Every now and then we would have actually nurse sharks seem to like lobster. So every now and then you'll feel somebody tugging on your lobster bag, and there'll be this big old 6-8 foot nurse shark chomping away. But they usually go away. We hit them a few times and just go away. Yeah. But they when you're lobster catching,
hit them a few times.
There's no blood.
Just give them little nose pokes.
Yeah, I just hit them on the head. That's all. And they usually
a little love tap. Yeah, right.
Love tap.
It's with the snare. It's not. Yeah. And they know too. They want the easy meal. They're not gonna.
I'm just trying to paint a picture for our audience.
So and you're in a hole catching a lobster, and all of a sudden you've got your bag right with your lobsters in it, and you feel this tugging, and you're like, hey, what's going on here, right?
Yep.
And you look over, and there's this nurse shark chewing on your lobster bag.
Oh yeah.
More than anything, putting a hole in it and trying to get your lobster.
Well, your dive buddy's supposed to be there.
Well,
Yeah, dealing with
that's
it,
right. Your dive buddy.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to dive with me more often, Chiefy. Come on. Let's go.
Yeah, you need a good dive buddy.
You'll have no sharks.
Yep.
Yeah, some people are just shark magnets.
It's more
when you're spearing a fish and there's blood.
Yeah.
So it's more like a trigger thing, like
Yeah.
it's the triggers for the sharks to basically
Yeah.
be aware of or something like that. I'm just trying to kind of
Yeah,
say,
you always
like,
got to be aware.
Basically, the question for my follow up question to that would be like, well, why do you feel like that is the case for more like lobstering? Like, obviously for angling, there's a different level of issue going on there. Perhaps maybe it's different for lobstering specifically, and just why. I mean, is it shallower water, or is it what I mean? Is it just the areas that you're in, or this is the less activity, less triggering of the sharks?
No, I mean, realistically, the lobster you'll find just about everywhere, especially on a healthy ecosystem. They're going to be mixed in there. And when you're actually lobstering, you're focused really. You're looking for the holes. You're finding them. You're not really paying attention to everything else. But at the same time, you have to be aware of what's going on all the way around. So,
yeah, I sort of think of it as when we're lobstering, we're sort of like driving the neighborhood streets.
Right.
So
you're cruising.
You're looking in the reef. You're looking at all the crevices and the little holes and under the ledges. Where when you're spearfishing, we're as high as possible on scuba. Or if you're free diving, you're at the surface and coming down. So you're more like you're on I-95. You're looking way down the road.
That's a good way to put it.
Looking for for us. Mutton snapper has been just unbelievable the last 2 months, and black grouper. Well, I can't believe the amount of black grouper and mutton snapper that we've been able to spear in the last 2 months. It's been impressive.
Yeah.
So that's really
good.
The
muttons have been on fire.
I
mean, just in general, not even just
and it's not just spearing.
People are catching them left and
Guys are catching them, and big ones. These are no doubters. These are like you see a mutton most of the time out here. See, 18 inches.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, some people will stick their nose up at FWC regulations, and I know a lot of times, there's overreach there. But that I think was one rule modification that they made recently that really, really was a good one. From 16 inches to 18 inches on the mutton, because that's the mature spawning age.
Yep.
Right there, and that extra 2 inches made all the difference, and I think that's why we're seeing the rise in numbers of muttons recently.
Yeah, and same with the hogfish too.
Same with the hogfish.
From the 12 to 16.
Just going to say, we
like
went from 12 to 16.
Hogs, and now you see schools of them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been really good. We're seeing more hogfish. I can't say that we've been spearing big ones yet, but we're seeing more of them.
Yeah.
So that will equate eventually to larger ones.
Yeah, that'll turn.
Correct.
I mean, that'll take a little time.
Yeah, with time.
I mean, I know there was a recent thing, and I'm going to completely paraphrase this too. And I mean, the whole goal of me talking about this right here is just talk about the way the ocean has the ability, very resilient, very fast bounce back, probably faster than people think. They were talking about great whites off Cape Cod and how they're so plentiful now. And one of the reasons is, back in like the 80s and stuff, when they made the laws about, again, paraphrasing, when they made the laws about killing all the seals and now you can't kill the seals, that provided more of a food source for great whites, and they expected the great whites to bounce back. But what they're saying now is that they've bounced back so much more than they thought they would in such a short period of time, that it happened a lot faster. And we recently had Manny Puig on the show, and we went into that discussion about that. I don't think it really takes the ocean as long as people think to bounce back, because it's such a huge resource that it does bounce back very fast. The fear, obviously, is that we do so much damage that it doesn't bounce back ever, right? So that's the line you got to toe. So, I don't know.
I think we are seeing sort of the reefs deteriorate, and that's strictly
the reefs are in trouble.
Oh yeah,
reefs are in trouble
big time. Big time.
With primarily
that's a different scenario. I think
water quality is terrible. Stormwater runoff, lake discharge. We're still doing all kinds of bad things that way. But overall, it's still pretty resilient. We're still seeing a lot of fish. So I'm all in on FWC, and there's actually, they have a group down in Marathon that monitor lobstering, and and they primarily put their emphasis on the commercial guys.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, somewhere 5 to 7 million pounds of lobster are harvested every year in Florida.
Yep.
20 to 25% are recreational divers. So even though we think we're catching a lot, the majority of it is still the commercial guys in traps, and they're the ones that are actually. That's where they can get a handle on how accurately the species is doing, and that's who they really kind of hone in on as far as regulating.
Well, I think just in general, I think
commercial
regulating commercial always has a bigger impact than regulating recreational anglers and divers. I think by far. Actually,
and there's when you look at the numbers of commercial lobster guys that actually have permits, it's a small amount, and they catch a large amount of lobster versus us, recreational guys that essentially are getting 6 per person per day.
Right.
Right. Now, let's switch it up to mini season. Why it's so special?
Very special time of year.
Why is it so special?
Why is it so special? Well, I mean,
come on, Jackie.
it is like I've never visited for a mini season, so I haven't really done mini season because there's just so many boats out there. I'll usually do the 12 a.m. dive on the first day, and then that's it. Just get 12 lobsters and go.
So you're a night diver for that? Yeah.
Sometimes. This year I won't be. I'll be on Carl Pennick's boat, actually.
Yeah, I heard Carl stole you. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I
He asked me
Dennis,
2 months ago.
This is what happens.
So.
This is what happens.
I got on Carl Pennick's boat. I got reserved for mini season for both days early. So.
This is
so it's like a special ticket, like the Willy Wonka golden ticket.
Yes,
Dennis,
exactly.
this is the struggle.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
I train my Chiefy crew members.
Oh, I see how
You
it's
train
going.
them.
You see where this is going?
Yeah.
And then
One
they
dive.
get poached
Right.
by other people. Okay.
So she got the Willy Wonka golden chocolate bar.
Yeah, she did.
I
Yeah,
did.
she did. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
I had to throw that one in.
Mini season's a lot of fun, though. I mean,
It is. It's a blast.
You can also tap
Yeah.
it into what we were talking about with the coral. It's crazy because in those 2 days, people will just mess things up so much with the coral and just destroying so many things and catching lobster that aren't legal and things like that. You'll see people, going at midnight and stuff, getting illegal lobster and stuff like that. And then I used to dive with the commercial guys up in, there's a guy in Boca, Paul Varian, and then another guy, Tony Crumrine, up in West Palm Beach, who I used to dive with, and they're by the book. So they do catch all of those extra lobster, but if you question the size of their lobster, they'll throw it right back. It's not even
Right.
they're so by the book that they don't want to lose
And
their
they have
license.
to
It's their
be.
livelihood.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Exactly.
And-
But
I think that's
it's a
great.
lot of work.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what we have to realize is that the mini season is strictly for the recreational guys.
It
Yep.
is.
Right.
Okay. So
That's-
us
And out of towners, and it's people that dive once a year come here for mini season.
I always
so.
think the funniest
It's a lot of
thing
fun.
about it though is that lobster season is so long.
I know
Yeah.
it starts.
It is.
I tell people,
It is.
don't sweat it.
So
It's from
long.
August
Right.
6th
Everyone goes
to March
crazy.
31st.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
no, I've got to go to mini season.
Yeah.
Money season. Mini
Yeah.
season.
For example, okay, this week, I don't know by when this airs, this is all probably gonna be old news. We air
Yeah.
on Friday, but this Thursday. So before so let's say for all intents and purposes for this episode yesterday, I'm going down to my friend Harris, my friend business partner Harris, has
Yeah.
got a house in Tavernier, right? So many people go to his house for this thing, to the point where he has to rent an RV. And he's got a huge house in Tavernier. It's like a 5-bedroom house.
Yeah.
He's got to rent an RV, put it in his front yard, just for all his sons. He's got 3 sons, 3 boys, so all his friends. He's like, you guys aren't even staying in the
It's
house.
like
You
a
guys
holiday.
are all just
Yeah.
It's like
staying
a
in
Floridian
it.
People-
holiday.
Yeah.
It really is.
Like deer season up north, when they close the schools,
Yeah.
this should be a holiday in Florida.
Oh, yeah. I totally
Mini
agree.
season.
Should
Totally
they
agree.
though? Because
Yeah.
it's already so crazy. People
I don't
already
know.
take
Yeah,
off work.
I don't
They
know
already
if that's
take
a good
off
idea
school.
though.
No, what was
that
funny?
might put too much
Even going at midnight,
popularity on it.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gone out there and guys have been there at 10 o'clock waiting for 12
Yep.
and they just scream at you for going out and you're like, what is your problem? it's the ocean. Why are you
Right.
going so crazy? And
Yeah.
like,
get
there's
all
more,
jacked up.
you know, like 10 feet away.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know.
A lot of
Night
water.
diving is a
lot
whole
of sand.
other story,
Yeah.
which Carl can tell you about.
Oh, yeah.
But
Tell us what
mini
story.
season is nuts. Yeah, he night dives for
Yeah,
mini
that's
season.
my big thing.
Oh,
That's my big thing. Is
that's
night
your big
diving.
thing?
Oh, yeah.
That's your wheelhouse?
That's
Not
my
only night diving.
Why?
But shore diving.
Yeah.
Shore
Beach
night
diving.
diving.
Yes.
Oh my
yes.
God.
Shore
Crazy.
beach diving is probably one of my favorite things to do.
Why?
It's just so easy. That's really the biggest thing. You get to walk in right off the beach.
Mm-hmm.
You get to kick out. You're totally in control. You don't have to
Right.
worry about the boats. You don't have to worry about getting picked up. Most of the time, too, diving right off the beach, I go out underwater. You still have the flag. You still have everything like that. But
Right.
you're not. I mean, I've had too many close calls to, have to worry about that kind of stuff.
Well,
Okay.
mind you, it's midnight. It's black.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
out there.
yeah.
Like the water is black.
Yeah.
The sky
See,
is black.
I've never
You
done.
can't see.
I've never done a night dive.
Really?
No.
It's a totally
I've
different.
never done a night
I
dive.
mean,
You gotta be a
Different
little
experience.
crazy.
this is kind of like.
What?
You gotta be a little crazy.
I hate to
do
say
it.
it's night and day, but it is night and day.
I would.
It's
I
totally
would go.
different.
I
Totally
would go
different.
with you
Nice.
guys.
Yeah.
I would
Okay.
go with you guys, but
It's not-
but I've never done a night dive.
Have you ever like gone in a pool at night or like gone in the
Yeah,
ocean at night?
yeah.
Like dark night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
You
great.
can't see anything. Like
Well, all you can see is your light.
your light.
light, which
Like,
is
that's
great.
flashlight.
So that
Now-
was always my thing. It's
Well,
like,
now-
well, why would I want to go underwater if I can't see anything?
Well, no,
That's what. In
it's
part, it was
different
just-
life comes out. It's
there's
Yeah.
the
I would
reef is
do-
alive.
before you do like I've spearfished and lobstered at night. Not very smart, but I would go on like a recreational dive at night before you get into the other stuff. Just different life comes out. Like
Yeah.
you'll see
Yeah.
squids
Yep.
and octopus and
Yeah, the reef
you'll
is
see
all.
fish sleeping, the parrotfish and their like little mucus bubble thing.
Fish sleeping.
It's cool.
Yeah,
The
it's very
issue
cool to
though
see.
is
Little nightlight.
where that
Nightcap.
flashlight is pointing, that's all you can see.
Yeah, that's it.
All
Now-
around you
Yeah, you don't
is
know.
dark.
Right.
Normally you'll have a light on your tank,
Yeah, you do.
so you can kind of see where your other
That with
buddies,
your
are.
buddies,
and all
So
exactly.
you
these
also can't
lights.
see sharks.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to. You have to.
Dude,
like,
don't
you
worry.
have to.
Dun.
You have to ignore all that crap.
It's
It's
it's a
Just
freaky
out of sight,
feeling.
out of mind,
it's a freaky
right?
feeling. But
Oh, God.
now one of the reasons why it's so good lobstering at night is because like deer in headlights that reflect. When you have your dive light out, you
Right.
can scan the reef. The lobsters, they're out and about at
They're-
night.
they're
walking
foraging at night.
around. They're doing
night-
their
They're
thing.
nocturnal animals.
You have the light. You're just kind of sweeping it side to side. You can see as long
Yeah.
as
So
the viz
they're
is
taking
good.
a stroll.
As long as
Yeah.
the viz is good, you can pick up a lobster 50
they're
feet
not-
away by
they're
just
not
their
in their
little
hi-
eye reflecting.
Yeah, they're
right
not
through
in
there.
their hidey
So,
holes. They're not in their
Right.
nooks and crannies. They're
Yep.
walking on the reef,
Yep.
literally foraging for food.
So it's as
actually
easy
pretty
as
cool.
just one. Oh, there's one. Oh, you don't even have to half the time again when they're just walking around. It's you get
Yeah.
your 6 or 12 during mini season in no time.
And remember, our mini season up here, we're allowed double our limit. So the normal limit of 6 becomes 12.
Yes.
In the Keys, yes. So everything kind of. I don't remember if y'all remember. 'Cause
Yeah, they changed
probably
it.
not
Yep.
that old.
Yep.
But I remember when we had mini season. It was the last Saturday, Sunday of July, and they moved it to the last Wednesday, Thursday, thinking, okay, that'll cut down on the amount of people.
Yeah.
They absolutely, it went the other way where
Right.
people now
Because now it became a longer weekend.
the whole week. The
Yeah,
whole
the whole week.
They're just fitting in a couple days of diving, but then they're down in the Keys, they're
Right.
fishing and diving and just having a good old time, which is great.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, I got a best friend doing that right now. Down with the whole family. Went down there, take the boat, they chill out.
Why
It's-
not? Why not?
I think another reason they do that too is they're going to miss the traffic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because everyone's going to be like, oh, I'm kicking
Right.
off for work the night before, and I'm going to head down that night so I can be there for the morning. Well, everyone else is thinking that too. There's one road in, one road out,
I always go with
one lane in, one lane
Right.
Yeah,
out.
one
Right
thing.
here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
right here, Dr. Carl, go right off the beach. They're right there. Literally, where can you
you
swim
get 12.
off the beach and get your 12 lobster?
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's special. That's
Sure.
special. And by the way,
Oh yeah. Yep.
this is a very valuable coin.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
This is my 2023 Lionfish
the Lionfish
Challenge by the
Yeah.
FWC.
I do it every year. It's
I wanted to
fantastic.
promote this a little bit. If
What's
you got
that?
25 lionfish tails and you submit them, you get one coin. That
see that
coin allows me to have one extra lobster per mini season day. So now I'm up to 13.
Really?
Can you believe it?
So do you have to have that with you?
Yes.
Can I
Yes.
take this
On
out?
your
Yeah,
listen?
big
Can I
time.
take this out?
It's not like they
absolutely.
don't just record your name electronically with the FWC.
I didn't
Put it
realize
on
this
your-
thing
put it on
existed.
your
They,
account.
they do,
Nick,
but
did you realize
you
this
need
existed?
You need
It's
the
kinda
coin.
They've
Your
done a
MVP
really
coin.
nice job.
Yeah.
FWC logo on the
Yeah.
back.
And our
I'll put that up on the camera there.
Very special.
our friends at Zookeeper,
Yeah.
which by the way are made here in Broward County, they would actually be kind of cool to be on your podcast also.
Pretty cool.
All right.
Yeah.
They make them right here, and they sponsored this event. But FWC's been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
And I got a free T-shirt.
Yeah,
Dennis.
you got a T-shirt.
free
This is
T-shirt.
great.
And if
There you
you
go.
submit more, they have other, like tiers.
I
of...
just went to the second tier.
Oh, you did?
You got a
Second-
free T-shirt?
Oh.
Wow.
And-
I'm impressed, Chiefy.
Brett's
I'm
worth it
impressed.
right
The
there.
second tier. Wow. Carl didn't even get to the
I
second
put that
tier.
right next to my
jeez.
Dennis Friel free T-shirt.
There you go.
that I
You
got.
get your right next to your free podcast T-shirt, right?
GP likes his t-shirts.
Yes.
So yeah, mini season is for the recreational diver up here in Broward. And I guess in Miami, right? They can go 12.
Well, remember the keys?
Yeah,
it
it's-
used to be 12.
right?
They changed it not too long ago to 6
So only 6. So you can only get 6.
because it was so crazy.
So nuts.
Yeah, yeah. It's so crazy.
Ugh.
Yeah,
The reefs. Those poor reefs.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
So let me segue from you saying those poor reefs. Give me a list here, like off the top of your head, of do's and don'ts for this. Imagine you're speaking to not seasoned divers like yourselves. Okay, give me your list of do's and don'ts.
Safety. Just the biggest thing,
Just
Just
get a really big dive
it-
flag.
yeah, big
Yeah.
dive flag,
Know
dive
what
with
that means,
people.
though, too. Like,
Yeah.
stay 300 feet away from a dive flag.
Right.
Get a dive flag, put it up, swim with one. Also know that it means stay 300 feet away.
Yep.
I would say number 1 is that. But
so
Continue.
sadly, Divers Alert Network, Dan, recognizes on an average there'll be 2 fatalities per year at mini season. And the majority of the reason is they've run out of air.
Okay.
Yep.
The last fatality we had was 3-4 years ago, right off of Pompano.
Mm-hmm.
Ran out of air.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually knew the guy. So I first of all, it takes work.
Yeah.
When you're working, you're consuming more air, right?
Yep.
Whether you're holding your breath
Mm-hmm.
or you have a tank on your back, either way. And I wouldn't recommend free diving, although a lot of guys free
Yeah.
dive off the beach.
Yeah.
We have beautiful
Done that.
reefs in 10 feet of water.
yeah, you can get lobster in 15 feet.
Yeah, it's incredible, especially when they're walking after a storm. Wow.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. It's a sight to see. The migratory walk.
Oh yeah.
The
Wow.
line.
The line.
When they're
The
conga
line.
line.
Yeah.
The conga
awesome.
line going north here. Going north.
Yep.
It's quite the sight
Yep.
to see. But check your air. That's
Yeah,
probably
checking
the
air.
number one thing. Check your air.
Keep
And
checking
diving
it.
with a buddy.
And dive
Right.
with
Because you can run at
Plan-
air, but if you're with your buddy,
Right.
plan a good buddy.
Yes.
Have your plan. Figure out what you're going to do. So many people go, it's mini season. I'll go with this guy. I'll go with that guy.
yeah, you get invited on boats. I'm gonna do this, do that, or you're gonna go even off the beach too. I mean, it's
The Chiefy crew, the only way you get on the Chiefy crew for mini season is if one of the Chiefy crew dies or moves.
Okay.
You see how that works?
That sounds like
That's-
much like a
It's-
golden
It's
Willy
Who's
Wonka
on your
golden
boat?
chocolate bar
Yeah,
ticket
it's-
to
it's
Vegas.
Who's on your
Take it.
boat?
I always have
Right?
I did not get the
Chucky.
We
invite.
have to buy you a Willy Wonka
Chucky.
hat.
exactly.
Chucky brings the snacks and the ice.
Okay.
Andy brings the Andy sandwiches, and usually Ken.
Okay.
We used to have Angry John, but
Yeah, it's
he's
another
on
story.
he's on Carl's boat now.
Okay.
That's a whole different story. We
Oh,
mix it. We
yeah.
mix them
I-
up.
Yeah.
But I'm actually diving with Steve Siegel.
I'm going to need a picture
Oh.
of your whole team. I'm going to have to Photoshop a Willy Wonka hat on your head.
Yeah, yep.
Golden
Yep.
ticket.
That sounds like the
Yep.
golden ticket.
I'm
Well,
not on the...
Papa Chiefy.
We-
There you go.
Yeah.
We actually last year went on Steve Siegel's Relentless.
Uh-huh.
It was a blast. Steve and I, 6:00 in the morning, dark 30.
Yep.
They're just coming back in, and we hit a couple spots that we had, and they were just loaded up. Steve and I, it was a blast. I
Yeah.
think we had
Steve Siegel. His middle name is Relentless. That's why his boat's...
Relentless. Yeah,
Yeah, Steve's an animal.
He
Right?
is.
I mean,
He is.
so
Yep.
I mean,
he's good.
you were
good.
just telling the story. I mean, for those that didn't really get the whole story in context about the permit.
Yeah.
I think that really is. I found that to be a very interesting story because you don't hear too many stories about Steve having enough.
Yes.
Right, and that was one of the stories where I heard,
Steve
like,
had
wow,
enough.
I guess that's his limit, huh? And he's struggling with that permit that was spiraling down,
Yep.
spiraling down. And speaking about buddies, thank
Yeah.
God you came along.
Yeah,
and
well,
helped
I was
him
right
take
there
that
and-
permit out, but more importantly, helped him out at the surface.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
That
yeah.
wasn't even there's another story too on the last day
Oh, yeah. There's multiple
I heard
stories.
both
Steve
of
Siegel.
those, yes.
Multiple stories. But yeah, again, the biggest thing I would say for a whole mini season, even diving, not even mini season, is just have a good buddy.
Have a good buddy.
That's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
you just need it.
Yeah.
It's
Know your buddy.
and also know your limits too.
Right.
Know your limits.
Especially
if
We
you
haven't
talked
dived
before in
for
the
a long
past
time.
about shallow water blackouts and
absolutely.
different things like that, and
Yeah.
it can happen really
Oh,
anywhere,
it's-
right? It doesn't have to be in the open
Anybody,
water.
anytime, anywhere. It's one of those things that you just don't want to mess with. So
Yeah.
And again, you're going to be here. You're going to maybe haven't dove in a while. Checking your gear, making sure your gear is
Make
like
sure
up to
your gear's
date.
serviced and
Right.
check it before you go. Like,
Yep, because you don't
it
want to
could
get
be
out there and
leaking,
even
it
you're
could-
an O-ring, bring some extra stuff.
Right.
You know the importance of an e-perp.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
just in general at all times, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's just to have on your vessel. I mean, I don't think enough boats really. Let me rephrase that. Maybe enough guys that are not seasoned boaters
Yeah.
all the time that they don't just simply just put that on their boat. I mean, it's just something that'll make all the difference in the world.
It's such an easy thing.
Yeah,
The-
it really is.
So the conditions this past week have been a little weird, strange,
Oh.
How so?
ripping currents.
Okay.
Right, like Wednesday, I had a south current.
See, I've been gone for 2 weeks.
wasn't
so
bad.
I haven't heard any stories about any conditions how it's been around here. Obviously,
I'm sure the fishermen are
painting an
telling you too.
ICAST and then up in Atlantic City
Yeah.
for the Jimmy Johnson, so I've been a little
They're all over.
disconnected
Yeah, you've
from
been-
the local.
All over.
Hold on for dear life, because we dove Saturday and north current and these thermal climb
Yeah.
are coming in.
Yep.
Mhm.
So chilly.
Wow.
Chilly.
It's what,
like-
86 now instead of 88?
No,
Oh my God.
it's been like 85.
I know. Yeah.
On last Wednesday, it was 78.
Wow.
Last Friday,
That's cold.
it was 75.
Yeah.
That's
Freezing.
75.
Literally.
I might have to put on a bathing suit.
No thanks.
What the heck? And then, of course, you see that you've got this like shine in the water that like visibility is not that good.
Right.
So, but I heard like yesterday and today, it's gotten much better.
Okay.
So I think, and everybody's going, oh, where the lobster? Where the lobster? I had people call me up. Where the lobster? I don't know. I'm telling you right now, I don't know. I hit a couple of my spots and they're dry.
Really?
Okay, but you know what? Wednesday morning, we're going to hit our spots and we're going to load up. I'm telling you, they're going to be there. I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
They're just going to be there. Right?
So what time do you leave usually for
It's a
mini
top
season?
secret. This is top secret.
come
I'm
on.
on Steve Siegel's
jeez.
Relentless boat,
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be in the water no later than 6:30.
Okay.
The crack of dawn.
Yeah. That's like
Okay.
right when the sun's rising. really.
And what happens, they were forging,
Yeah.
for the midnight thing, the midnight madness, they call it. But at 6:30, they're coming back
Right.
into their honey holes. And that's when we're catching them. So that's typically the best. By 8:30,
Hey.
Are you going on Steve's boat or he's coming on your boat?
we're going to go on his boat.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
a good thing we warmed it up
we did
for
that
you.
last year because the forecasts call for kind of bumpy,
I mean, it's a great boat to be on, especially for that.
other than the
Not fun.
ladder. But that's a whole nother story. We won't go there. But yeah, it's
For the record, that ladder is easy to put out and take in. I did it this past weekend. Carl gave me a whole thing about it, but
And it's,
if you figure out how to use it, it takes.
those little side
2
door
seconds.
ladders. I don't know. I just got something.
He does.
Against, I just
It's
got
right
something
under
against
the
them,
little
you know?
side door
oh,
ladder.
you guys are
Maybe it's because I could just pull myself up.
you guys
but
are
that's,
killing me.
That's another
It's
thing.
easy. It's easy to use.
But when you have scuba gear, you guys were free diving.
You can take it off.
Yeah, I know. Take it off, and then they want you to.
Well, if I was invited, I would be able to help you on and off the boat with your gear. However,
Just a good dive shirt.
I have already been reserved on Carl's boat, so
well,
I'll
you
be able to
see,
help Carl.
That's the way it
panic.
works around here.
Yes,
see?
I know.
See?
Yep. Yep.
All my buddies.
Just ditching you.
No, all good. We'll be in the water. But by 8:30, we're done. We hope.
You
Yeah.
guys are the perfect guests, by the way.
Why is that?
Because you just allowed me so much time to like re-ice my cup and
Yeah, see?
I was
right
gonna
and,
be your
and get the
bartender,
rum and
hey.
all that. And I could sneak away for a
He's
little
gotta look
while.
good
This
over
is
there.
perfect.
Hey,
Oh, thanks.
let's
try.
do a commercial about Bugfest.
Go ahead.
How about
Commercial.
that?
Now we're gonna
Yes.
stop.
Let's
Now
do
a
it.
word from our
it'll be
sponsors.
so by the time this comes out, it'll be Friday.
Oh, so,
So-
That's okay.
Well, so
All right.
Saturday.
hopefully we get some.
Well, Saturday's
so
the
so
scuba.
Bugfest was great.
Yeah,
Bugfest was fantastic. You know?
However, Saturday there is a Scuba for Good.
music festival and
Yes,
raffle.
it's gonna be
Which Carl will
fantastic.
be-
So all right. So listen, you do
Average.
this. You do this every year,
Yeah,
right? So let's just talk about it in general.
Yeah.
Okay. What happens at Bugfest?
I do a kind of a kickoff seminar,
Okay.
educational, actually PowerPoint presentation. of,
Okay.
hey, this is how to be
Really
safe.
fancy.
Hmm?
Really fancy stuff.
Really fancy.
I'll be there.
I don't have the
So
slide
give
projector
me
anymore.
some of your spiel.
I don't have that slide projector anymore. I just
Okay.
click, it's PowerPoint. It's a
Will you
Yeah.
be
cool
presenting your
thing,
snare?
You know what I mean?
Will you
Yeah,
be
your
presenting
snare.
your snare?
We're going to follow up. That's going to be our
Yeah,
second commercial
Okay.
right
Sorry,
after. We're in a
we're
commercial
We're
break.
going there. We're going
Commercial
there.
break.
Sorry.
Bugfest.
I'm just so excited about my snare that I get to use.
So
I know.
you do
A seminar. Like,
a seminar.
yeah, like where do you, hey, it follows the book, where do you find them? Find the lobster. So I'm a big Seymour mapping guy.
Okay.
And the detailed topography that we have out here is great.
Right.
And what's interesting, I know where my spots are. So when I put my spots into the Seymour, I went, oh, that's pretty cool. But look at this over here.
Yep.
That's the value for me.
Mhm.
I already knew what my spot looked like. I knew
Mm-hmm.
I have a great spot, right?
I'm sure you do.
I do.
Yeah, it's called the
I've
Great
met-
Spot. Yeah, I've dove it.
I know it.
I don't think anybody's denying that you have great spots.
You do.
I don't think anybody's denying that they want your spots.
No.
No.
And
It's-
it's funny because like you've dove with Paul Berrien and he's dove with Eric Finn, all these commercial guys.
Yep.
And that's like their business, buddy.
Yeah.
They guard that stuff
Yeah.
Super
As-
secret.
I
yeah,
bet
it's
they
their
do.
livelihood.
as
You're
they
gonna
should.
have to.
I bet they do.
should.
Listen,
Yeah.
the anglers, they're going to leave their spots. They're going to leave all their GPS
Right.
Yeah.
readings in their will.
Yeah.
Yep.
you know?
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
Ask them for numbers, they'll give you the wrong ones.
right.
Don't even try.
Oh yeah. We always tell them, oh yeah, they were really heavy up north. Yeah, we're killing it down south.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You ever see
Right.
Princess Bride? The movie The Princess
Yes.
Bride, right? So we actually watched that with our kids like last night. This is why it's
last
like
night.
fresh in my mind. You know the scene where like they put the poison in the cup,
Yeah,
Yes.
right? And
Yeah.
they're like,
Yep.
switching.
Yep.
I love that movie.
Right. That's like
Right.
GPS
So
coordinates.
cute.
Like, oh, here
Yes.
they
Yeah.
are. They go, wait, maybe I should go the other way.
Yeah.
Maybe that's really what it is.
A lot of disinformation. I
Yeah.
did get some GPS numbers from a buddy of mine that's actually going to Africa on a safari, so he won't be here.
No.
But I don't know. We're going to have to validate it. Okay.
Right.
It did fall pretty good into the Seymour. All right. So I was like, okay.
Will
Kinda
you
been
be
in that
scoping
area.
out your spots on Tuesday?
Who?
Tomorrow?
You?
Not Tuesday.
Well, I mean, you got to check your spots, make sure they're good for Wednesday, right?
Oh no. We're done. We're done as
You're
far
done.
as that's
I
concerned.
think
Ready to
somebody's
go.
on spy patrol here.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean,
Working for Carl number 2.
I don't need to be on spy patrol. I just the lobsters come to
alright.
me.
You know-
and-
wow,
so
look at
the-
this now. See now?
You're the
The
lobster
gun-
whisperer
listen to this.
queen? Is that what it
yeah,
is?
Trash
I mean,
talk
if you
can
want to
start
call
to
me that, you
happen.
can, but we'll see. We can do a little numbers check at the
believe
end
it.
of
Wow.
we'll see who shows up to Bugfest.
This is
Yeah.
going to be fun.
It's yeah.
right.
I'll see you
This-
there. I'll see you at the weigh-in.
Well, and that's the next. Well, so
All right,
Tuesday,
Yes,
Bugfest.
I'll
Tuesday
talk.
night,
Bugfest.
Bugfest, Lobster Seminar, and then the kickoff party.
Yep.
So that's at the Plunge in Lauderdale by the Sea. So if
Yep.
anybody's
So, all right,
watching,
so
no big deal.
unfortunately, we weren't able
Right.
to promote this part sooner.
And then
but
the
so-
weigh-in for mini season, it's $30 for the Bugfest, and that's for the largest 1 lobster and the largest 12 lobster
Right.
that you
Total.
weigh in.
Yep.
Isn't that always tell me Julie won that one year, didn't she?
She did.
Yeah.
I want to say she won it last year.
Was it last year?
Yeah, I think she did. She did. But it was, they had different categories, like
Yeah, they had a bunch.
off the beach
Yeah.
and on a private boat
Okay.
and
Yeah.
whatever kind of thing. Now we just have, largest lobster, largest 12, and it's at the Sands. So we've kind of shifting gears
Okay.
that ultimately Bugfest which will be the lobster portion of this, will
Yep.
be in Pompano at the Sands, and they've been really, really good about it.
How many people usually get coming out to the final event?
I think last year they had 140.
Nice.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's registered. So you always have
Registered.
Yeah, registered.
Okay, great.
140. So
And then there are going to be more people on top
more
of that.
people on top of
at
that. So the
party.
Sands should be pretty good from 3 to 6 on Wednesday for the weigh-in.
Yes.
Yeah,
And,
just Wednesday.
It happens to be happy hour at the Sands.
Excellent.
During that time.
Why don't we
Yeah,
talk? We'll
that's the
talk
Sands
after
right
the
here.
show.
Yeah.
I'd love for Connected by Water to be involved in next year's.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be great. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But Saturday,
Saturday,
you can still go.
Scuba for Good.
Yes.
Yes.
This
Carl
is
can
pretty
tell you
cool.
about Scuba for Good.
Talk about
Yeah,
that.
no, Scuba for Good. So
'Cause
I
you're involved in
recently,
that.
yeah,
So, all
recently.
right. So Saturday, July 29th, 2023. If
Yes.
you're watching this on
Yes.
Friday or Saturday morning, head on out to Bugfest.
yes,
And
it's
then
going to be a great
El
time.
Prado Park, is that just at the end of Commercial? What is El Prado Park? Do we know where that is?
No, the other way,
The other way.
right?
Where is
Little
it?
north,
Yeah,
Little North.
or,
Okay.
yeah, the
I don't
other,
know.
the other north.
maybe south.
It's El Dorado. El Dorado Park. I'm not entirely sure.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking north.
Yeah, it's north a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Town hall.
the Scuba for Good stuff. So Scuba for Good is an organization that takes disabled people diving. Could be cognitive, physical. Recently got involved with them. Joe Grody is who runs that, and I recently just got certified as an adaptive buddy. So I can now go out and take these people out. Then there's a lot of you got to be easy there,
save,
easy
good save.
there.
Sorry, buddy.
Tiger.
That's all right. I could have
know,
passed it. I could have passed it.
I'm the
You're
worst
all good.
bartender.
Yeah,
We
right.
almost had a
Connected by
Water.
bartender
was-
foul there,
I'm
or
the
not
worst.
bartender foul, bar foul.
It's fine.
Bar foul. But fantastic event. They do it every year. The music festival, they have a good line of guys coming out. I know Weed Lines is the headline there.
For Saturday?
Yeah, for Saturday.
Oh,
Yep.
wow. Weed Line's going to be there. It's very cool.
Fantastic. And I know this year, too, they're expecting, I want to say, like 2,500 people there. They have it all tented with, cooling
At
fans.
the party at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This Saturday.
You told me 140 people.
No,
Well,
that-
no,
that's
that's
just
for
It's
Wednesday.
registered.
For the
They
weigh-in.
said,
The
oh,
weigh-in.
there'll be some more people on top of that.
this-
And you're like, yeah, a few more.
Well, no, this
That's
is
2,500
this is
people.
Saturday night.
So the Saturday
Yeah,
event's
that's
going to
what I
be
mean.
huge. They have huge
Scuba for
raffles.
Good.
They have week-long stays at these
Oh, come
places.
on.
There's going to be
Connected's got to get involved
Can you
in this
believe
next
that?
year.
You still
I know,
can,
I know.
I think,
Why
right?
don't you ask me to do something
Yeah.
this year?
Will you do
I'll
something
always
this
help
year?
out.
Listen,
Yeah, you want to do something?
we
Yeah.
were latecomers to the
Okay.
thing. I'm telling you right now.
Well, no, I know. Yeah, this all kind of came together fairly quickly
It
this
really
year,
did. It
but
really did.
next year I think we can make it.
Yeah,
top
and
notch.
I see us shifting more towards the Pompano
Yeah,
area.
because Pompano's just a
Yeah, we've
fantastic
been,
place to be.
dealing
Doing
with
LBS, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But no, definitely Saturday. It's gonna be a fantastic time. Again, there's gonna be raffles, drinks. All the proceeds. Are
Yeah.
go to a good cause, and Scuba for Good stuff. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. They go, I think it's the first Saturday of every month at the Coral Ridge Yacht Club. You can just go and hang out. And again, if you're a diver, free diver, scuba
Right.
diver, help out the kid. You get just about everything. It's such a rewarding experience, and it's just a good way to give back. And it's just a ton of fun. I found so much more joy, again, introducing people to the water, who again, maybe again, is something physical. They need something to get them, going again.
That's fantastic.
And it's like just
And I
is-
think
We had
Right,
we
it's
had a
something-
I don't know, maybe let's say about 40 episodes ago, 30 episodes ago, something like that. We had an organization similar like that on there. So we love promoting that.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess is my point in bringing that up, and maybe we can at another
Oh,
time
totally.
have Scuba for Good come
Yeah.
on here and
Oh,
talk about the good
yeah.
things that they do.
Joe would love to,
What's cool about diving is you're weightless.
and anyone can do it too.
Right.
It's like,
Right.
That's the cool part.
Yeah.
you can do it for a long time.
Yeah, but I think also the cool part about it too is that there's people that are working hard to make sure that they experience it, and they're giving their time and their effort,
Yeah.
just like you.
Yeah.
And and Carl, you're such a good dude. You really are. And it's and this is just another one of the reasons why. This is part of the reason I love you to death is just because you could just tell right from day one of meeting you that you're such a good person. So this doesn't
Well, thank
surprise
you,
me to
Dennis.
hear
No,
this
it's-
from you at all.
Oh,
So
well,
good job.
I try.
Well done.
This is
Just
a
try
really
to be the
cute
best
moment.
I can. I try to do the best I can every day.
Yeah.
That's just how I was raised. So
Yeah. It's why I made Carl my dentist. You know?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm like, I
He
need
is
to
a
have
really
a
good
nice guy
dentist.
as my dentist. I'm tired of these guys.
For the
that
record,
just-
my father is a dentist, and Carl.
Oh,
I'm not gonna say he's better than my dad, but Carl's a very good dentist. My
Yeah.
dad's a dentist too.
Yeah.
So
well,
it's a
all
lot.
right. So
I'm his patient too.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
very
I'm
good.
not kidding.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. She's not full of baloney when
I
she
know,
says that either.
I know,
because
I know.
no, this is the truth. What she said is absolutely 100% true. First time, the guy's taking pictures of my teeth. He's sitting there giving me a class on what this means and why this is.
I know,
got
he's so
all my teeth
thorough.
lined up, and it's very thorough.
Yeah.
I've never ever had a dental examination that was more thorough than what he did.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. And I texted him after, and I was like, "That was awesome." And no one has
Are
suggested
you
what
his
you
patient
suggested
as
to me.
well?
I am.
Jackie?
Yeah.
So I got to ask
Nick's
you.
not
I
yet.
got to ask you a
Nick's-
question. I got to ask you a question. Is it just me? Like, I've been diving with, Dr. Carl for a while and
Yeah.
everything like that. And then I go, all right, now I'm his patient. And he's putting his hands in my mouth. I mean,
It's a little weird, right?
I'm a little weird. What do you think of that?
I don't think it's weird.
I mean,
I would
listen,
like for Carl to
we're-
put
we're-
his hands
we're-
on my mouth.
we're catching
the time.
lobster. Oh, jeez.
You can cut that out if you want to, or keep it in there.
Listen,
You're welcome for that. This is why they
no
invited
comment.
me here.
Hey,
Hey, there
you
you go.
took the bait. It's good.
Hey, Carl,
Yeah, I
don't take
did.
offense to this, but I love her too.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I don't think it's weird at all.
Oh, damn it.
damn it.
Actually, listen to this. The funny thing, right? Is,
Yeah.
and you tell me, this is not
I'll
this
tell
is
you
not
anything.
jump on Carl like
No,
well,
listen.
maybe it is, but like whenever I'm talking to you,
Yeah.
right? Am I thinking like you're looking like, man, that dude's teeth are so messed up? Like, do you ever
It's-
like?
No, I mean, obviously
mean,
the first thing I notice
it's
is,
like,
but it's no, it's
Right.
everybody
But-
though.
but
It's
it's
not
like
just me.
part of
as
the
a
We're
job,
friends.
yeah.
We're friends,
Oh, yeah, of
right?
course.
So it's like, but in the beginning, I was just like, all right, I'm becoming friends with this dude, and it's just like, are you like judging my mouth like all the time, or are you like,
No.
are we, or is it, or
No,
like
it's-
we've reached the point like beyond that? But in the beginning,
No,
I was
no,
just
but,
like,
I
man,
mean-
I'm like talking to this guy, and he's thinking like, I'm just not flossing enough.
Well, I mean, as a dentist, I mean,
Dennis,
most of my patients.
I don't floss.
Oh,
You don't
come
floss?
on. I've been working on them.
I know.
I'm
I
working on 'em.
floss more because of Carl.
That,
Okay.
See,
There you go.
I don't want to
Hey.
disappoint
Well,
him.
and
That's
Yeah.
really why
just-
I do it.
that just
Yeah.
made my day.
Just to back
I don't
up,
want to
just
disappoint
to
Carl.
back up the train. I don't really want to give.
I don't do it
Carl-
for me.
I hear you. I hear you. You know?
Any way you want to do it's fine. Again,
Yeah.
me, you, as long as you're doing it. Okay.
Right.
But he works with Brian Rass.
Yes,
We're
I
gonna
was
throw
gonna
Brian.
say.
Yeah,
a bone
Brian's
here,
great.
Okay.
Yep.
Brian's a super nice guy.
I've known Brian way longer, way longer than Dr. Carl, and I was like, okay, let's go diving together. I've dove with.
The lobster have teeth?
Do lobster have teeth? They have their little like a
chompers.
beak, if you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's
They're
not
really,
teeth.
They're not really teeth.
Like when you
'Cause they'll bite
when
you.
you're like
They'll
ripping
bite
like
you.
bite
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're like
They'll
ripping
bite.
like a lobster. Like you ever like
Oh, checking them out. Well, actually,
checking out the
well,
mouth?
I mean,
Sheep's
all
head.
like I
Come
do
on,
a lot
sheep's
of
does this one have a cleft palate or
cleft palate. Oh, that guy's class 2. We need to change that up. But no, I do a
Little
lot of my
dentist
fish, my fish skull
love you,
mounts.
dude.
I like
This
to,
is really going down
I
the toilet.
do. Well, it's getting a little off track, but I do especially when we spear fish, I extract the jaws and put them together and build them, and I
it's
really
kind of
enjoy
cool.
doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
I do some
That's
fun
like a
stuff
thing
like that.
now that people are doing.
Yeah.
so what do you do now?
Yeah.
So what
This
I
is
do is
actually pretty cool.
after you again catch a fish, spear a fish, whatever you want to
Big
call
fish.
it, do it.
Right.
Big fish.
Usually.
Usually like to immortalize it some way, and so you take the skull, cut everything out, boil it,
Oh, you
extract
that's right. You told me
extract
you're
the
doing
jaws
thing.
and do all
It's
that
cool.
stuff. And
Yeah.
I recently actually I
Can you
donated.
do that to a lobster?
I've actually what you do is you actually find the
You take
molts.
the exo. It's all the exo though, right?
No,
That's
well, you can get one totally done that costs a lot and it's a pain in the ass. But
Yeah.
the best way to do is find a fresh molt because you'll find the molts floating around
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the time.
Right.
Okay.
If you find a nice intact one, you kind of keep it nice and safe. You dry it out. Okay.
Right.
What I do is a piece of cardboard, some sticky wax, or some little pins. You kind of put it to the position you want. Let it sit outside for a week in the sun.
Love it.
Bake it. Bring it inside for a week in the AC. Really dries it out. Put some epoxy on it. It's fantastic. I actually donated
Money,
a whole mount to Scuba for Good, along with a couple jaw mounts and some fish prints, and
Whoa.
so you can win an
Like,
original.
that's right. You're
An
doing
original.
you're doing the fish rubbings now too,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Yep. So
Not only
anyway,
is he a master dentist? He's also an artist.
Yeah. Well,
Photographer,
you have to be as a
artist.
dentist.
It's so cool because,
have to
and
be.
along with Steve Siegel, you guys are hardcore fishermen,
Mm-hmm.
right? Really good fishermen, and free divers,
Yeah.
and equally good scuba divers. So to be
Try.
able to
Yeah.
really hit in all three of those categories, it's excellent.
We had a
Triple
really good
threats.
conversation recently about the 4 days on, 3 days off theory.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And that's where we're heading now because part of my issue lately, and I mean, we're at a point where I'm like, okay, I can do this now.
Yeah.
To where I'm gonna start trying to spend only 4 days in the studio and 3 days out, right? And getting more time because you have a tendency to condense yourself a little bit too as a business owner to be like, okay, this is all I do with my life. You're a business owner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
Consumed.
get
It
it.
is your
You're a
life.
business owner. You
That's
get
it.
it. You know what I mean? Partner, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I know
Same
what
thing, but you're still got that
Yeah.
focus on it.
Yep.
That you're like, it can consume you
Right.
completely, 100%, and then you just get used to that after a while. And that was really the rut that I found myself in. Not that I don't love what I do, and I don't love this
Oh, of course.
Right.
that this thing we built. You know
you
what I
need,
mean?
you
But
need a life.
yeah, but it's just like, and then after talking to you about, I'm like, I need the refresher course and like all this other, because I haven't been diving in a while.
Yeah,
You really start
yeah.
looking at things after a while. But the 4 days on,
Mhm.
3 days off, that's really starting to take a hold here now that I'm past this whole 2-week jaunt that I did in Orlando and
Oh, yeah.
then New Jersey for the Jimmy, you know what I mean? Where that's going to start taking a hold now. So
No, it's been great.
send the ship off.
Yeah. And just really quickly,
Push it off
I would
the
not
dock.
be where I am at with Brian if it wasn't for Chiefy.
Oh yeah, that's
Really
right.
quickly.
How so?
So I don't know if Chiefy wants to tell the quick
Tell
quick
it.
little,
Well,
just a,
Brian was my dentist for years,
Okay.
and the same thing. I would
So now you switch to him?
no, we're,
no.
I mean,
was,
They work
no,
together.
no, we work
It's
together.
all
I mean,
the
I'm
same.
the associate.
I would
there,
dive
you know,
with Brian,
it's-
and I actually went to another dentist, and then I started going to Brian. Same thing. Geez, this is a guy I know. He's putting his hands in my mouth. It just. Sorry, Jackie. It just, So I turn around and I go to Brian. I go, man, you got a really successful practice. You're a one-man dentist. You have all this infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
I think I found Brian 2.0 in Dr. Carl, and
They like all the same things too. They fish and
No,
dive.
yeah. Brian's-
How'd you
And our dentist.
find Carl at first?
he stumbled into my life.
Just
It's
I was-
on the
I was
water,
just
connected
diving,
by water.
just diving. We were
connected by
diving.
water.
Yeah.
Exactly. We were diving.
Dun,
right?
dun,
We
dun.
were
There it
diving
is.
together.
Look at that.
And I go, oh, you're a dentist? But he was
See
on the
how
West
important that is?
Coast. He was in St. Pete.
Yeah.
I said, man, we got to get you over here,
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So,
And that was just
yeah.
the quick little thing. And
So
now
no matter where we are,
yeah,
we're always
no matter
connected.
what we're doing,
yeah, it's good.
We're all
And
connected
and
by
I
water.
think
Exactly.
it was a win-win for everyone. I think
Yeah,
Brian,
and Brian's
Brian
just a
appreciates
fantastic,
Dr. Carl, and Dr.
just
Carl appreciates
genuine,
Brian's really good.
just
Pompano,
Yeah, very
all-around great
right
guy.
up the road here.
Can't say good
Atlantic.
enough things.
It's great.
that's
Yep.
absolutely great stuff.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
great
got
stuff.
some questions I need to ask you
Let's do
guys
it.
that people on Facebook asked us. But before we do that, we're going to talk about the snare.
Okay.
Uh-oh. There it is.
My snare.
So did you invent this thing?
So
Let me see this thing. I haven't even...
my cousin Vinny,
What's it
Yeah,
called?
try it out.
my cousin Vinny, no,
It's
it's
stiff.
the
Yeah.
chief.
Hashtag sexy snare.
Hashtag sexy snare.
Right?
I love
saw
it, buddy.
that. I saw that.
And by the way, Jackie, the women came up with that slogan. I didn't come up with that slogan.
I don't believe that. However, I'll take it. I'll use it and I'll take it.
No, it's actually Julie Higgs.
Okay.
Julie Higgs.
Right.
Her review was, sexy snare.
It is a sexy snare.
Yeah,
I mean,
it-
the
yeah.
colors, the way you have it set up.
The first question on Jackie's mind is how many colors does it come in?
Does it come in
No,
pink?
it's only,
That's the first
it, buddy.
question.
Does
I
it come in
know.
pink?
That's
It's
it,
okay.
orange.
Once he sells enough, I'm sure we can get a line of pink.
I think you're
Saltwater
right.
Jackie Chiefy snare.
I
don't know.
go.
like. So this is the Chiefy snare by Lobster League,
Yeah.
and it's funny. I met Vinny, who owns
What's Lobster League?
Lobster League is Vinny. Vinny
Okay.
invented a folding lobster net, tickle stick, and measuring device with a beer opener.
Yeah.
So I knew he was my buddy. Okay,
Got everything
right?
covered.
Right. there,
What else
okay?
do you need?
He's a genius.
Exactly. It's a perfect.
Clark, it's the gift that keeps giving
I'm
all
telling
year
you.
long,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
It's perfect for like, hey, you got the kids, you're going into the Keys, you're diving in 10 feet of water, throw them this, and the net is high quality net. He basically designed it. He has a patent for it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, and I was a net and tickle stick guy forever until I went to a snare. Then I've gone to the snare. I'm like, oh, this is the way to go. Okay.
Yep.
So what have you used?
I'm a green snare.
A
Well, now I'm
greenie?
a Chiefy snare person.
You're
but
a greenie, but now
greenie, yeah. I learned with a tickle stick and a net.
Okay,
And then once I learned how to use the snare, game over.
Exactly.
So,
But
This
you're a
will be-
greenie.
Yeah, a
So what-
greenie. Now I'm a Chiefy, I
Well,
guess.
You know.
So good luck, because
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yep.
get all of the lobster with
I
that
don't know.
thing.
not all of the
But I'll
lines.
tag you in all my
created
photos.
a
so.
monster, it sounds like.
I know.
Yeah.
So we actually, Vinny and I met through Facebook. He found me. Hey, Chiefy, come on over. I got a picture of him holding my book, and I'm holding his net and tickle stick and everything. I'm like, okay, cool. And he's got
Sounds like a fun night.
yeah.
He's holding my tickle stick.
It was date night.
He's holding my tickle stick. Oh, you're talking about hands in the mouth? That sounds a
There
lot
you go.
worse.
I had to
Chiefy.
set her up.
Vinny
Yeah,
is
come
pretty
on.
good looking. I'm
Hey.
telling you right
Come on.
now. Okay. So, but it was funny because his story is pretty cool. He was a photographer, videographer by trade. He grew up in the film industry. His dad,
Okay.
and then COVID hit. He had no more business. He had no more events to videotape and photograph. So he put all of his efforts into this folding net. Okay?
Right.
And that was kind of like, okay, let's get together. This was 3-4 years ago. And then somewhere along the line, I go, hey, you ever think about a snare?
Yep.
And
That's where it
was
started.
You know, I was like, okay, let's start putting it together. He had connections that I don't have.
Okay.
But I've actually thought about this for a while. But I'm telling you, his design
can I pick this
ability.
So you had to engineer this, right? Or did you kind of go off of like what you're looking for in the green snare
So
and then made it better?
yeah.
So that's an interesting question.
How did you?
So design was first.
Okay.
You know, literally you write it down on a piece
Right,
of paper
yeah.
and you go,
The
hey, I
initial
want this,
drawings,
I want
right.
this, I want this, you know. And initially, it was funny, Jackie. We were strictly
Like the
going
logo, by the way.
with we wanted a mono loop, right? Which is a, you know, the that it stays.
So why is that better?
Yeah.
I'm
Because
just
the
Glad you
loop
asked.
stays.
because the green snare has the metal. I don't know what exactly. What
I'm not
metal means.
referring to the green snare
Okay.
anymore. Okay.
Okay.
It's
The
it's-
other snare.
This other snare.
The other snares don't have
other
the
snares
metal.
don't
talking about the green snare, Jackie.
I'm just saying this
Talking
is
about
better.
the orange snare now.
After going a few times, it kind of goes in the wrong direction. This
it gets
always
kinked.
stays
Yeah.
in the same direction. Okay?
Okay.
And you can't hurt mono. It's plastic.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, I heat
Can
it
I
up.
ask you a question? Are you going to make this product in green?
No.
No.
I'd buy it if it was
So,
green.
all right, here's a little tidbit that you may not know.
Okay.
The Chiefy design, orange,
Orange.
fire. Get it?
Ah, yes.
Get
Yes.
It's like your logo.
It's
that,
almost.
like his logo
Oh,
kind of worked
yeah,
out.
right.
He's
Yeah, it worked out.
Lobster League. Okay. You'll notice that
Orange
the
cup of
handle,
rum.
the
There you
handle
go.
has like diamond plate,
Yeah.
Texture.
sort of like a fire truck,
Yeah.
right?
Good grip.
On the end is the Maltese cross, which is
Yeah.
in the fire service.
Yep.
Is the cross?
Yeah.
Creates the 4 openings
Oh,
for holes where you can put clips, split.
I could put that on my keys.
I know.
You just
know.
carry it around.
everywhere,
You can hang it
Self-defense
everywhere.
weapon as
Okay.
well.
Schlep it.
right? Yeah, for those nurse sharks we were
Nurse
talking
sharks.
about earlier.
All right. So listen.
So yeah.
So you got the snare.
So
you
we got the
mono,
snare,
right?
mono.
And
I wanted
how does
metal.
this part work?
I
Like
wanted
take
metal.
take me through this, just like you did in that video that we did in the beginning.
Yeah.
Before the
So-
you should,
before the
you should
podcast.
use one of those bottles as like a fake lobster.
So
Show them how to do it, Chief.
Yeah.
One of
that
these
one.
bottles?
That
Be
bottle.
careful.
Yeah, that
Use-
bottle.
Yeah,
Yep.
use the
Not
Bai
one,
bottle.
not one,
Not a
not,
Bai
not,
bottle.
not one of these
Yeah.
bottles.
Yeah,
Put that
right.
down. He's almost knocked over one drink already.
One of these bottles.
One of those.
By the way, secret's out. This is what I mix with my rum.
I love it.
Thanks
So
to
does Chiefy.
Chiefy, though.
I love it. It's good stuff.
Right?
Secret's out.
One
It tastes so
gram
good.
of sugar, I think.
I don't know, but I know when originally I told you I was trying to get away from soda with my rum.
It's only like 5 calories,
This is
too,
what
right?
happens.
Rum is not
Something
good for you.
super
Yeah.
low.
No.
And it's so good.
Sugar's not good.
Anyway,
So this is the lock off position, which
I'm going to imitate the line.
There it is. Look at that lobster. Go.
okay, do it real quick and then explain it to him. He really wants you to catch that.
There it is.
There you
Oh,
go.
got it.
now that's the lock off position.
Okay.
All right. And we initially, I would have had this out a year ago if we'd have just gone with a lock off
So-
position.
For those of you not watching on YouTube and listening at home, we just did a horrible attempt at a lobster impression
Yeah.
with a bottle,
With a water bottle.
a plastic bottle, and he
Yeah,
caught
it
it with
was-
a snare. So.
He
It's
got
not
it,
going
though.
anywhere.
It's like
Wait,
the
And
size of a
essentially what
lobster
you
tail.
did was, all I did was I take my hand, slide it down the aluminum tube, and I grabbed the lobster.
Yeah.
That's quick. That's so you get a little bit of experience. That really helps. But most people want it with the lock on.
So there's a lock on.
So there's a lock on feature, which you use the thumb release,
Okay.
and that is when you thumb release it. All right.
Okay.
So here, I'm going to catch that lobster.
Uh-oh. It's getting away.
What
There you go.
happened? I was just cruising along.
guess what?
Doing
Yeah.
nothing.
Guess
What
what?
happened?
He's not going anywhere.
It's
That's
not going
locked,
anywhere.
not going anywhere.
I could take that, and
So you
what happens?
pull that lock.
Most of
because
the time,
lock
I'll
is
give it to
on.
my buddy,
Yeah.
you know, or I'll go down,
So
take
that
my
thing is
time.
encased in that.
Exactly.
It's not going anywhere.
Exactly.
No matter what you do, unless you unlock it.
Unless you take the thumb release, pop it out.
It's pretty sweet.
It's smooth. It's a little stiff right now, only because it hasn't been used a lot. As a matter of fact.
I just got it. Personal delivery.
I hear
That
ya,
one's
I
mine.
hear ya.
Did you engrave saltwater Jackie into it? Or can we?
Laser etching.
That's for the next
Look at him.
next batch of orders.
He's like,
I'd
Next
pay
time.
extra for that, for the record.
Would you really?
I would.
Well,
And my phone number and
That way, that way when you
because I
drop
tend
it.
to lose things off
Yeah.
of Chiefy's boat.
Yeah. Ooh.
Remember that, Chiefy?
if found, please return to.
Yeah, right. Now
I
she's
would
really going
highly
after it. Yeah.
recommend.
Remember what I lost off your boat last
No,
time?
I don't remember.
My spear gun.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Because-
jeez.
That was horrible.
My Rob Allen fell out of
Horrible,
his.
horrible. Did you get a new one?
Not yet.
Okay.
That was my OG first spear gun ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
I'm so sorry.
it's not your fault. It happens. It's part of the game.
Was it green?
No, it was black.
It was
So-
black.
Check
But
this
I
one.
highly
It's gone forever.
recommend that you put stickers,
Yeah, the little dive stickers. Yeah,
little
I have
dive
a ton of those
stickers,
now.
divelabels.com or
Yeah,
something
the nice
like that.
3M stickers.
Name, phone
You can
number,
do whatever you want to them.
and stick it on there
Yep.
because most divers are pretty good people. So if they find something,
Yep.
they'll make an attempt to return
yeah.
it to
Right.
you. Right?
9 times
and
out of
I
10.
have stories of that plenty of times. I think what this will do, this is just in the marketplace, is it will change the way we kind of do things as far as lobster catching. This is strict, it's all modular.
Yeah.
So you break some other snare, you can't fix it. You break this thing, we'll fix it. It comes apart. Everything can be maintained. Whatever is wrong with it, we can take care of it. That's cool.
That really is a beautiful thing that you
It
designed.
is.
It
It is.
It really is great.
So you're saying it should be the last snare you'll ever
looks,
need to
it
buy.
looks fantastic. It's,
Yeah. It's
an
it's
investment.
smooth as can be.
Hashtags.
Hashtag sexy snare.
Sexy snare.
Can you buy that
Sexy
in
snare.
stores anywhere?
Yeah.
Or
Yes,
is it
as a
just
matter
on-
of fact.
As a matter of
Where
fact.
can you buy it?
Matter of fact, currently
Currently.
Ooh.
4C
Oh.
4C.
on
Okay.
all 5 stores,
Oh wow.
Oh.
Dixie Divers
Okay.
Wow.
in their one store, and South Florida Diving Headquarters.
Right
Oh,
here.
Right
here.
behind the studio.
Right
Perfect.
here.
Wow.
Or online.
fantastic.
Yeah,
then you
Or
can-
you can go
online.
to
Or you can ask Chiefy to deliver
lifegear.com.
to you
Yeah, right,
directly.
yeah.
Right? And if you have any issues, you can call 814-GET-GEAR. Right?
Yeah.
Because it says
Get
it
Gear.
right
That's
there.
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Vinny's come out with a whole line of gloves, all kinds
Yeah,
of.
he's got a lot of
What's
good
the
stuff.
retail price?
A lot of
on
good stuff.
this?
This is going for $85,
Fantastic.
which is not bad.
Worth
you
every
know?
penny.
It's an
Yeah.
investment. For
Yeah.
sure.
Worth every
Especially if you
penny.
can get it
Investment.
fixed.
Well, I mean, think about how much a lobster costs in a restaurant. Let me
Oh,
just
yeah.
break it down like that.
Oh, big time.
Right? Now, how many lobster are you not going to lose because of this thing?
Good point.
There you go.
I didn't think
Right.
of it that way.
Yeah.
Money saved.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, aren't lobster tails at Whole Foods like $30?
That's
a
what I
piece?
mean.
So it's like you get 6
Three
lobster.
lobster,
And that pays for itself.
3 lobster,
Got it paid
gone.
for.
It's paid
Yeah.
for.
Yep.
Right.
It's already paid for. Should just buy it right now. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? Act now.
I
If
love
you
it.
act now,
I love it. I
you
love
get a golden chocolate bar from
Yeah.
Chiefy's
Chiefy
Willy
will
Wonka.
hand
and,
deliver
and I
it.
want to really
Hand
thank
deliver.
a lot of people because Vinny, number one, has been great. He's had the design, the engineering of it, and yeah, there's steps to it. So it's been a really good
It
experience.
really, I'm like all jokes aside, it really is beautiful. It really is a
Yeah.
nice
It
product.
is. It is
Yeah.
a sexy
Yeah.
snare.
Look,
I would be
It
afraid to use
certainly
it.
is.
it came out really,
Yeah.
really well. So what?
So I'm
The
afraid to use it. It just
quality
looks
of
too
this,
good.
I mean,
Yeah. Just hang on the
quality's
wall.
there,
help
the
build
design
those.
is there, the
I
smoothness
know.
is there. It's
I
all
haven't been
there.
here.
I had the Chiefy crew helping out.
I know, yeah.
I
putting
saw
these
that.
together.
You
Yeah.
put your guys to work.
Heck yeah.
I saw they were in the assembly line.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yeah.
right now we're assembling them here, right,
Yeah.
locally, and getting them out here. But a lot of the Chiefy crew stepped up,
Yeah.
including Jackie. Laid out hard working money
Yeah.
and purchased one. So I really appreciate that. I really
Awesome.
do.
Of course.
So it's fun. We think that we have a really great product here. We
You do.
Yeah.
You should know that.
Totally.
Not just think it.
I
Yeah,
agree.
absolutely.
I might even wear your hat on Carl's boat.
Oh boy.
To,
Oh, that would be the
promote-
best.
That would be the
the
best. Look how
best.
excited he got.
Yeah, see?
So you have to
He's
remember.
about to take a nap.
Dennis,
That's a big thing because that's my new Connected by Water brand ambassador there. So.
Is it really?
It's so it's a big deal for her to
Yeah.
Listen, let me explain how this works.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
These guys are poaching my people. They're actually complimenting.
Okay, let me give them a little background.
These
so
guys.
all of these guys have like their
See,
own
see,
boat
now we're
shirts.
getting
They
into
have
it.
hats.
Now here we
like,
go. This is the moment.
it's
No,
we've
no,
been
the-
waiting
who
for.
started with the hats?
This,
Who
ladies
started
and
with the
gentlemen
hats?
listening at home,
I'm-
this is the
I'm new
moment
to
we've
the
been
game.
waiting for.
This is big time.
I'm new to the
I have all
Pompano
hats.
game.
I just
This
So
is
don't
these
what's
wear
guys
all
them.
have
coming
their
out
own.
now.
They have
Here we
like
go.
they have hats of their boat name on it.
Swing
you have to
that
earn
out.
the hats.
Yep.
They have shirts. Like
Who
they
started
have
it?
all of his gear and everything. Well, now he's got the snare, so you're like up here with the
Yeah, see?
with the
Yeah, but who
boat
started
gear.
with the hats?
I guess you
Okay,
did.
come
I don't.
on.
I'm new. I just started getting invited.
I'm
on
new
these. I'm new here. Yeah,
I
I've
know,
been around for a while,
quite
but I'm
sight.
new to
Yeah.
this whole thing. But you have to earn your hat. It's a whole thing. If you wear somebody else's hat on somebody else's boat, it is a whole thing.
Oh, that's
Even
good.
with the
That's a
different
good thing.
clubs.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wore the wrong shirt on the wrong boat the other day, and apparently
Really?
it was bad
Did you
luck.
really?
I'm
Just-
not going to
just
mention.
yesterday.
It
That
wasn't
was
a Connected
literally-
by Water shirt, was it?
No, of course. Yours. You
That's
have,
always the
you
right
have the
shirt.
right
That's
shirt.
always the right
No, no,
shirt,
no.
right?
That's
That's
always
always
the
the
right
right
You have
shirt.
the right
Switzerland.
shirts.
You
Right.
go everywhere.
Because I'm
Yep.
Switzerland, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're good.
I guess I could say
Yeah.
I wore an OAPB shirt on Steve Siegel's boat while we were diving.
Oh,
Oh,
And
so
we-
Well,
it's
it wasn't necessarily.
LHPSSA
Yeah, it wasn't
thing.
necessarily
LHPSSA
Steve. It
boats.
was yes.
Yeah. So
yeah.
we didn't get any
We
fish
had a
for the first
local
couple hours.
turf war there.
see, do you have a relentless shirt?
I don't.
No, Steve doesn't even have any more
Do you
shirts.
have
I
a
was
relentless
this,
shirt? Have any
this
more
past
shirts.
weekend in Bimini was the first time he invited me on his boat.
I should do that. I should connect to my water and then just the silhouette of Switzerland
Yeah,
There you go.
That's actually that's
as a
nice.
shirt. There.
Yeah.
'Cause we're all connected
No,
by
no,
water,
everyone
brother.
loves you. You're
it.
yeah.
But it's funny. Like on Wednesday, I'm going to wear my relentless shirt with my Chiefy hat.
Ah, see, but that's
Right?
that's good.
So
you know,
Right.
I've
making
kinda
everybody
mixed it
happy.
up,
Making
you know?
everybody happy.
Yeah. But it's funny because there's probably a half a dozen different boats.
Yeah,
Right.
with all their hats,
Right.
and
With all their
the
gear.
crap.
Yeah,
And
and they
stuff.
steal all my people.
And you can't yeah. And especially you and Carl, I feel like with the hats, the whole hat thing. Because
Yeah.
Carl will come on Chiefy's boat and drive it and hang out and,
And he wears my
dive.
and he wears my hat.
Right.
When he's on your boat.
Correct.
It's just a sign of respect.
It is. It is. And he
So
brings
it's kind of
beer.
like it's just like going to like a dolphin game and wearing a jet hat with
yeah.
or something
Right.
like that.
God, how would
right?
you do that? That's terrible.
Yeah, it's like if you're going to the
that's,
Dolphins game with your
Exhibit
Dolphins
A.
fan
Right.
friends wearing the wrong team.
I'm going to
Exhibit A.
rifle through some of these questions
Okay.
here.
Go ahead.
Okay, because
Sorry.
We have to go fillet fish
you
anyway.
guys
Yeah,
need
we
to go
gotta-
fillet some
yep.
fish.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Mike Myatt from Papa's Pilar Rum wants to know how much butter is too much butter?
Oh, it depends on who you ask.
You can't have too much butter.
You can't have too much
Can't
butter.
have too much butter.
We don't like negativity.
That's the official
We
answer.
don't like
Official,
negative.
official answer.
All right, official answer. Cannot have too much
No.
butter. We talked about safety earlier. Jerry London would like to know. Let me read this. How he wrote it. It says safe illumination for divers operating at night and awareness for vessel operations near proximity of
Yes,
divers.
I saw
think that
that.
doesn't sound
That's
like a
good
question,
one. No,
but
no, that's So
put that in the
biggest
form of a
thing
question.
you need, especially if you're night diving, you need at minimum 2 lights. I mean, I bring
lights.
3 lights.
Back up.
A bigger light. One I
Redundancy.
go on my wrist, so it's a lot easier. I'm literally pointing it as I'm holding the snare, and you're just right then and there.
Glow
Glow
sticks?
sticks on everything.
Glow
Glow stick
stick.
on
Glow
my
sticks, yeah.
bag, on the snare, on the flag, on your tank. Because anything you're gonna drop, you want to be able to see it. So go to Party City or
And they
whatever.
radiate
and-
so that's
A little
good.
bit.
Like, a little bit.
Yeah.
Enough.
Yeah.
Enough
you know?
to see
Yeah.
from a distance.
Yes, but just lots of lights, especially at night,
Yeah.
and even on the boat too. Just light everything
They'll
up.
put a
because-
light on the flag.
Yeah, lights on the flag.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everything. Yep.
I accidentally copy and pasted a message from Jim Matthew. This is looking forward to a great evening. So we'll move on to the next question.
This has been great. It's been great.
Our good buddy Randy Strauss.
Uh-oh.
That guy.
Oh, what's the best thing you found in the ocean while lobster hunting?
That's a question for Chiefy. Or Carl, I guess.
I found like
I
best
don't
thing.
really retrieve
I don't know.
items.
I
You guys
found
get a lot of
a
anchors?
drone a couple years ago. Not necessarily the best thing, but I would say the most interesting thing. Had the
That's
SD
cool.
card on it.
Was
Got all the stuff off it.
It was still
Totally
working?
encrusted.
Where'd
No,
you get
it was all.
I did
Yes,
find.
did you put the SD card
Yeah,
in?
did it work? Yeah, I got a
No
couple
way.
pictures.
Did that help
yeah.
you recover who the person was?
No, it was just
No.
like some random. It wasn't a lot. It was just a couple pictures from that morning, I guess, or whatever they were trying to get the
No brown
sunrise or
chicken,
something
brown
like that.
cows on
So,
there?
no,
No? Okay.
We did
What
find
was that? I don't know what that means.
Hillary's hard drive. We found those.
you never heard that
hard
joke?
drive. Oh yeah,
No, I've
yeah.
never heard that.
Hillary's
Yeah.
hard drive. We found.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was
Hillary's
scrubby
hard.
clean?
Oh wait,
Yeah.
Scrubbed and clean?
Yep.
Yeah.
what is
Yeah.
it? Biden's son's laptop. Did you find that? Dylan?
We you got to figure if
No
you're
fingerprints on
you're
that?
throwing
Yeah.
a hard drive
Nothing?
out
Yeah,
into the ocean.
Yep.
Well,
there's
she
probably not
deleted
good
emails.
things on that hard drive.
Yeah.
But I found a gun. I found money.
Yeah, I found a wallet.
Oh
Wow,
yeah. Oh,
money?
if anyone
Wallet,
sees
like
my gun, it's a
Cash
black
money.
Rob Allen.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
It's got my
Not
name
green.
on it.
Good
Not green.
point. Oh, you do have your
Somewhere
name on it?
between. Where were we? Boynton.
Yeah,
Boynton and
we
Boca.
were
Boynton and
far.
Boca.
Yeah.
Somewhere between Boynton and Boca.
Yeah. It's
And
like a
you know
90
what?
Rob Allen.
It may show up.
Yeah, you never know.
Maybe.
It really does.
All right, Eric Leach. Everyone knows and loves
Mm-hmm.
Eric Leach. Who's no stranger to the show. Master world record holding angler. And I think we answered this question thoroughly. He says snare or net, which is better.
Snare,
Snare
Yeah.
for sure.
or your hands.
Our beloved
Snare.
Skip Dana,
Okay.
our
Love him.
friend of the program,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
and friend in my heart, wants to know how many anchors are in the backyard.
There's.
Anyone want to
Between
explain
the
that
two
to
of
me?
you, it's probably a lot.
I mean, yeah, I still have a bunch.
I'm currently. I think I got 3 or 4 on
Oh, wow.
Facebook Marketplace.
Oh,
you
just
know?
on Facebook.
Yeah.
Marketplace,
Yeah, and I probably have another dozen on the
Too much
on the
work
Yeah,
for
other
me.
side
we
yard.
did a purge not too long ago, but a lot,
Yeah,
just a lot,
a lot.
too many.
Yeah.
Okay. Ernie Small the second
Oh,
says tickle or not to tickle.
Got a tickle.
Got it. Why you look at me when you say that? You should look at Carl.
I know, right?
Whoa. Whoa.
It's on occasion you need
Hands
to
in the
tickle.
mouth and tickling.
It's
Hands in
it's
the
on,
mouth.
it's on
I'm in.
occasion.
Somewhere.
Now
Sometimes you
I
need
fully
you need that
understand
extra
it
tickle.
now. I understand.
Yeah.
it.
I mean, if it involves Carl, then I'm in for all of it.
Really going downhill.
We're dating, so you
Yeah.
can say that.
It's
It's
there.
not just
It's
Wow,
there.
look at that.
I'm not just
We're
hitting on
fully
him.
broadcast.
It's there.
Holy crap.
It's
That's
official.
it.
Yeah.
We have reached the pinnacle.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, does that happen on the show?
That's it. That really just came out. There we go.
Wow. Wow.
It's official.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's
fantastic.
officially recorded
is.
on the podcast.
Right.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
How incredible.
Name a
Yep,
better couple.
yep.
I can't.
Exactly.
Good job.
Wow.
To you.
Name a couple that's killed more fish.
Yeah.
I
there you
can't.
go.
Good point.
Cheers.
You guys are
Especially this weekend.
You guys are good for each other. So
goodness.
I'm looking forward to seeing how things develop.
I'm going to let you guys read that one from my business partner and let me
there's
know if
that.
you want me to ask that one.
Ooh.
taste.
Oh, I know. I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
What are we saying?
So
I-
he's
Poop
going
thing.
to say,
I like-
so you
question.
want the, well, let's say the butt,
Yeah.
The butt.
You got to take out the.
the A word.
Yeah.
Well, you got to take out the little poop. You know.
I didn't
Butt
get the
in and
read.
out for tasting lobster.
out.
Yeah.
It's
Out.
got to come out.
Out. Unless, I mean, a lot of the times I'll butterfly mine. So a lot of times you're cutting it out anyway. So
Okay.
Yeah, well, you just take off the little antenna.
when I cook
Yeah.
it.
Stick it up
Usually
there and
it's
twist it
funny
and then pull it out.
because the antenna
have the little
is
tool.
usually what you
Yep.
do to get rid of the intestinal tract.
Right.
Yeah,
Which
there
is
you go. There
typically
you go.
filled
That's-
with
Granulation.
grain, yes,
Right.
like sand and all.
Debris.
So, but a buddy of mine
Residue.
invented the. What the hell
Oh,
do they
yeah.
call it? What the hell?
I'll tell my head. I don't know. I don't
$15
use them.
bucks.
Oh, I have that. I
Yeah.
forget what company it is, but
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
He's
It
a
looks
buddy
like
of
an
mine.
antenna, though.
He's
Basically.
actually a Broward firefighter, right?
Right.
And God, I apologize. And I think it's in the book.
Like a
Yeah, look it up.
colonoscopy.
I'll look it up.
Google it real quick.
Exactly.
Yes, literally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
Right.
put
Instead
it
of
in,
having
you
to
twist
take
it,
off
you
the-
pull it out, right?
Yeah.
And he gives this to me, and I'm going. He gives it to me. He goes, here, hey.
Oh, it's the
Why would I
D-Vein.
pay $15?
Yes,
What's it
D-Vein
called?
is the company.
D-Veiner.
It's literally
D-Veiner.
that's what it does.
And I'm going, why would I pay $15? I have free antenna, right?
Yeah.
Well, mini season comes. We got 60 lobster.
And your hands are already
Times
mangled.
60.
Holy
Yeah.
smokes. I called
Fast
him up
and
and I
easy.
said, hey,
Yeah.
I want about a dozen of these to give to my buddies. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what's
Well,
it
'cause
called?
you're-
What's it do? What they get?
D-Vein. Yeah,
So it's got like a
Any-
handle on
most
it.
of
It's
the
just
dive
like an
shops.
antenna, but it's made out of plastic.
Yeah.
So you
it's
do the same thing.
$15. You just whoop,
Yep.
whoop,
Easy
turn it.
peasy.
But by the time you're done with like lobstering, your hands are all messed up. When you use the antenna, I mean, me personally, my hands, because I'm like
Oh,
a
yes.
girl.
I
Like, my hands are all messed
Don't wanna
up.
break
So
a
I
nail.
don't like to do the antenna. I'd rather take the tool that has
Right.
a nice little handle
It
Yeah.
does.
and do it.
Yeah.
Does.
Because they are spiny lobster
Mm-hmm.
for a reason.
Yep.
Good point.
And then when you're reaching in holes and messing with them, and
So we've gone from
Yeah.
hands in the mouth to intestinal tract removal.
Isn't it a wonderful?
All
thing?
tickle sticks
Where are we
and
going
all
with
over.
this?
all
Dennis?
over.
All over.
So where we're
What's the
going
next
with this
question
is
here?
that it's time to announce our do-gooder
Oh,
okay,
there you go.
that
from
sounds great.
Starbright is Anastasis Bukowskis is his name, and I think I said that correctly. And he's an animal advocate because he saw a Facebook post of someone who hooked a pelican. They left the pelican to fend for itself,
Oh.
and Antonsis went and found the bird later,
Wow.
searched it out,
Wow.
and got the treble hook out. Treble hook.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nasty.
And that's what he did, and that's why
Wow.
he's Starbright's do-gooder of the week.
Fantastic.
And he
Wow.
wins $200
Congrats.
worth of Starbright products.
Whoa.
Very
And we'll
cool.
get it sent
Well
directly to his
deserved.
front door.
Well deserved.
So
That's
he is
awesome.
our Starbright do-gooder of the week. And you know what? This concludes our 2023 Lobster episode.
Wow.
Awesome. So reminder, Saturday,
Saturday.
Mhm.
because this will come out Friday. Scuba for Good Music Festival. El Prado Park is just north of that little end of commercial area.
Yeah, there you go.
I just looked it up.
Okay.
So El Prado Park, Lauderdale by the Sea,
Great time.
raffles,
Good
booths.
time.
Food, beer,
Great music.
drinks.
We will all be there.
A tented, cooled, environment too. So in case it's going to rain or weather's not going to look good.
Yeah, it's 3 to
all
9
It's all
p.m.
going to be covered too. So,
Okay, that's good
Yep.
to know.
3
very
to
good
9.
to know.
That's
So
good,
you can
especially
come
this
early,
time of year.
Yep.
When
leave
you have
early, come late.
spur
late.
hurricanes
Yep.
pop up on you like last night.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
All right.
Awesome.
Good.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank
Dennis.
you so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
guys, for coming in
a
and
ton of fun.
hanging out with me and drinking some rum.
Yeah.
I needed this after my 2-week jaunt of
I know.
Yes.
gallivanting and heading out. And I missed the table. I missed my friends, and we're here. So
Yay.
thank you guys again. I know
course.
you guys have some fish to go cut up,
Yep.
We do.
right?
Oh, can you
There's a
tell
few.
that one story though? That last story?
All right, end
Which
it with
one?
this last story.
Okay.
All right, last one real quick. We're about to call it quits yesterday. It was just yesterday.
As we're taking
it feels
pics
like yesterday.
with a
yeah.
hogfish.
Yeah, so right before that, we were in about 50 feet on some coral heads, got a couple nice hogfish there. And we've been diving for 3 straight days now, so we're all gassed. Steve had a couple little sharks around him, got bumped by a smaller one. He has his
In the
little
head.
shark shield, though.
What kind of shark?
Little reef shark.
Okay.
Little reef shark.
Yeah.
And, he was done for the day, and we were all done, but I wanted to take a couple nice pictures because of his was kind of, not good. So Jackie has one hog and taking some nice pictures. We're swimming back to the boat, and no joke, I turned to her and I'm like, hey, there's 3 sharks just following us here. They were
Who
doing their
asked
thing.
about it?
I was
We're,
like,
so
I
we're
mean, they're
literally
just-
we're there with a dead fish taking photos.
Yeah. Well,
And
they hadn't
we're
been doing
swimming
anything
back
all day.
to the boat. He's like, haha, there's like 7 sharks under us, right? And I'm like, where? This is so funny. We get to the boat.
Yep.
Sorry to just take over your story.
Oh, you
However,
tell it now. You're,
handing the fish up to Jean.
yeah,
Well,
Gene.
I take over stories. It's fine. Handing the fish up, there's like this big splash. We're like, whoa.
Jack and I are
thought-
right next to each other.
He
like
thought
in
I
between
kicked
us.
him. I thought he kicked me. And then we look down, and then there's this little reef shark that's this big that is like right in between us.
Really?
Had just like come up at the fish as we're handing it up.
Yep.
Like a little F-16, like flown
Oh,
over.
just,
Yeah.
just
Oh,
a
yeah.
little rocket.
Yeah.
I push off and swim away, and my fins are backwards, and he's coming towards my fins. I was like, Carl! And then I swim back, and I jump on the boat, and they pull Carl into the boat, and he's still like right there.
Yeah, he
comes
bumped.
up to the
He
fins
came
and
up
stuff.
and bumped me right in the arm.
Yeah.
Came right up, just hit me square in the shoulder,
Ugh.
and then again, we jumped on the boat there. He's right at my fins, trying to go after my fin. I mean, he's a
Yeah.
little dinky little thing, but those are the worst
They
ones.
still have teeth.
Right.
Those
though.
are the worst ones.
They're
Those
like
little guys.
the little dogs.
And that's also the thing
right?
too.
They're like the
Yeah.
little
When-
yapping
Little
dogs.
dog.
Like
Yep.
those are the worst,
Yeah.
right?
And they know, like when you're looking at them, they know. They 100% know that you are watching them. It's the
We
instant
have
you
been
take
taking
your
pictures
eyes.
for like minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, at least
and again,
10 minutes.
but that's the thing. They know exactly what's going on.
Right.
As soon as you turn away, you take your eyes off
Sure.
them. That's what
Well,
exactly
they're
when.
hunters.
Yeah, exactly.
They're predators. Yeah.
Exactly. They know. So, but anyway, that was the fun little,
Yeah.
And then we were heading back, so it was a good way to end it.
Yeah.
It's a good way to end this. Yeah.
You know what else is a good way to end it? Your ego. It's not your amigo.
Yeah. Exactly.
Always do your best. And at the end of the day, just let God do
Yep.
the rest. And
Yep.
do not ever forget
Mhm.
that no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, we are all.
Connected by water.
Thank you.
That's what I wanted. Cheers.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Have fun cutting your fish.